Hey, Brad here, just doing my lunch thing, continue my online journey. Wanted just to kind of make a shout out to one of my coaches, Chan, and she just had reached some levels of achievement in her online business. But more importantly, she is getting solar power for her home. And no, this is not a solar power ad. And big deal that she's getting solar power. But keep in mind, the reason she's getting solar power is because she lives in a third world country called Zimbabwe, which is in South Africa, if I know my geography, which I'm not 100% accurate. But it's not in the United States. And she had a recent post, and she was describing that and her ability to do that. And one of the big changes is the quote-unquote electric lines are not that reliable, because she could go for days or weeks with no power, and so she is reliant on the drone of a diesel generator. And she made the comment about driving one insane. Listen to that. So keep it in perspective. I'm here in the U.S. and stuff, and we complain about hearing people mow their yard too early in the morning on a weekend or something. So imagine that running, basically 24/7. And the fact that she's able to rock an online business under those circumstances. I know there's days I get mad when my internet at home buffers, and stuff. So sometimes it could take her several hours to upload a video. So it's just a different perspective. So, a big shout out to her, Shan, the third world badass. But, even more importantly, though, is this perspective of consistency. Because it wasn't created, her online success wasn't created overnight. And it took even more efforts and more overcoming challenges. So, the perspective is, give you that encouragement to stick with it, that encouragement to give it time, that encouragement. But also keep in mind with her, third world country, she doing this stuff there in third world, so basically a whole different time, obviously time zone. And her mentors, which is my mentors too, she shunned them for a year. So it was even a year later before she ever got started. She could have been a year further down the road of success than what she is now. But it took her a year of ignoring the mentors. And the other powerful thing is, had that mentor that we're all utilizing, had he quit anytime in the journey, then she wouldn't have, been able to follow him like she does now. So, again, it's just a testimony to consistency, a testimony to perseverance, a testimony to sticking with the plan and staying in it long enough to develop the skill set that is necessary. Going back to Shan now, she has the skills that can't be taken away from her, regardless of whether she's got internet, doesn't got internet, whether she's got electricity, doesn't have electricity, whether she has, fiber optics, whatever. She has this skill set that makes her, unemployable, because she can, quote unquote, lose it all and regain it. She has that mindset, skill set, ability to persevere. So, but that comes through the persistence, that comes through, doing those things. So, being willing to do the hard stuff and then share that story. The fact that she's persevered over these last couple of years, that she, successful enough that she's gotten internet or solar to power her house, is a heck of a story. That inspires others. That inspires me. It challenges me, really, but it inspires me, and others. So she don't have to be the smoothest talking person. She don't have to be, because she's just doing that, it gets people's attention. And that's what your story's about. So, but you got to be consistent with it. You got to do the hard stuff long enough to have a story to tell others that, people pay attention to. So Those are things that I encourage you. It's not about the instant money, it's not about the push button instant, success. It's about doing some hard stuff, having some bumps and bruises, and sticking with it long enough to have a story like that. It doesn't have to be that, but just having a story of just perseverance, a story of overcoming, a story of transformation. And it doesn't, inspiring is just inspiring, period. You know what I mean? Posting a TikTok video, if you've never done it, can be inspiring to those who've never even thought about it. You know what I mean? So it's all perspective, but that just gives you a whole different perspective on things. So again, just encourage you to be persistent, to be consistent, and to stick in there long enough to build your own story. Have a great day. Stay gritty.